Okay, 7th graders, we're going to talk about lesson 1-7, or sorry, 5-7. In 5-7, you're going to go back to solving equations, okay? And remember, the goal in solving an equation means to get the variable by itself. That's what isolate means, right? You're isolated, it means you are alone. Okay, get the variable alone, or get the variable by itself. Okay? Now, when we're solving equations with fractions, you're going to use the same type of procedure you used before. Imagine that it wasn't a fraction. What if we just had this? Okay? What if we just, this isn't g, it's still g. G plus 9 equals 7. What would g be? -2. How would you prove it? Remember when solving a basic equation?
You would do plus -9 to 9, and then you do it to the other side.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep, plus -9 plus -9. 7 plus -9 is -2. So g is -2, right? Well, if you just add a denominator, you're doing the exact same thing. But instead of adding -9, you add -9/10. And instead of then adding 7 plus -9, you have to add 7/10 plus -9/10, which is -2/10. Now, in order to get, sometimes when you do fractions, you can't always do them in your head as easily, right? And so what you have to do is remember that when you're doing addition and subtraction like this, you have to take the bigger absolute value minus the smaller absolute value in order to get the answer. In other words, you have to actually do 9/10 minus 7/10 in order to get 2/10. You have to turn it around in order to get the answer that you need. And do the bigger minus the smaller. Okay? It's even more important when you have mixed numbers. When you have mixed numbers and you don't have enough pieces, so you have to regroup the number. Remember doing that last year? We did a little bit of that when you were adding and subtracting fractions.
Don't you still have to get the negative sign to the two that you switch the...
Right, so once you get this, once you know it's 2/10, or when you reduce that to, what would you reduce it to, John? 2/10. What can you factor out of both? 1/5, yeah, yep. And then you have to go back to your problem and see, oh yeah, the negative number is bigger, has a bigger absolute value, so the answer is going to be what, Jordan? The answer is going to be what? Just negative, right?
Yeah.
Yep. It's going to be -1/5. Okay? So, sometimes it's easier to just convert them to decimals, and you can do that. Look at this one. A minus 1/8 equals 5/8. We have to add the opposite of 1/8. So, or sorry, add opposite of -1/8, which is positive 1/8. To both sides. So a plus 0 equals 6/8, which is 3/4. Okay? So we're just doing the same thing we've been doing before, but adding fractions. Okay? Any questions on that? Page 270, this is your assignment.
Oh, can you go back to the other page?
Sure. Page 270, 2 to 18. Evens. Page 270, 2 to 18 evens.
2 to 2.
Yep, number 2 is one of the examples.